I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to and what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be f***ing sour, take a cold shower. Scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder. And f*** all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought.
I can tell you that 7 years after Freddie Gray, that was 2015, spring, April, May. This is 2022. Communities like Sandtown, all we saw then and now in terms of investment was a renovated Western District Police Station and a new funeral home. That's what West Baltimore got. A new police station and a new funeral home. What kind of optics are they? Was Freddie Gray any different than 1968 Baltimore riots? Dr. King's passing, killing, murder? This is the same?
No, it wasn't. I mean, I think, well, first of all, people who are being violent and burning, that's, you know, all that's the same. But the point is what was the cause and what were they attempting to register?
I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns.
I love you.
They deserve an ounce. It's got next. And I'll be quiet. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns.
Good morning. First name's Doni, last name's Glover. In it to win it for the long haul, baby. So the message today is try a little tenderness. Try a little tenderness. I remember when this lady taught me that song. Forgot what was going on for the most part. And she said, try a little tenderness. I said to myself, that is a song. And I've been listening to the song ever since. Try a little tenderness. We had our brunch pitch competition last night. Many thanks to Tajmia Gathers and her husband, Fregis, for coming down from New York City. They live in Brooklyn. Tajmia is a big part of our team here at blackusa.news. She hosts a show on Saturday mornings, 10:15 a.m., and she runs the DM firm. And one of the things that her firm does is the brunch pitch. They've done it in Brooklyn, in Harlem, and now in Baltimore. We had a cash prize too for the winner. Many thank you to all of our supporters who keep this news outlet going, both Black USA and Be More News. We got a new logo yesterday. I'm very pleased. Be on the lookout for it. The one we had, this one just wasn't cutting the mustard. I needed a logo that you could see across the street, kind of like people running for office. But anyway, Tajmia came down, Fregis, some of her compadres from New York City. I love the way they stick together. A lot of us stick together. On that note, thank you to people like Alexis Coates, not necessarily an advertiser, but certainly a colleague in this media space. Saw him last night. Thank you to Erica Alston Buck, to Sean Stinnett, to Mike Nice, DJ Mike Nice from WEAA 88.9 FM, where we educate African Americans and others. I do a segment on Mike Nice's Thursday night show, Hip Hop Chronicles, Thursdays at midnight. So that's tomorrow night, top of the hour, midnight. Also want to thank Mark Clark. Currently, he's moved to Fox 45. Mark Clark is all on television, so we're very appreciative of Mark Clark, longtime compadre. I first met Mark Clark when I started doing the show on WOLB 1010 AM when Radio 1 was down on St. Paul Street. And that was many moons ago. Did 21 years out of Radio 1. And lo and behold, now we have our own network. And we're bringing on new shows all the time, including men, women, and we even have had a young lady who was 8 years old, Zaria. Zaria has gone back to school, but through the summer, Zaria and her compadre both hosted a show, 8 years old, hosting a show right here on this network. We are all about helping to, like if you have a show idea and you want to come on, we're all about supporting those type of efforts. We're all about growing new journalists, including Tashmir's son, Eli. Eli is 1 year old, and he's already started preparing for his show. But again, many thanks to Tashmir Fregis for coming all the way to Baltimore. Thank you also to Tony Randall. Tony Randall runs Next Phase Cafe, 112 East Lexington Street. Oh my God, I had the fried shrimp last night, the mac and cheese, the collard greens. I think I did forget to get some cornbread. But nonetheless, wonderful place. But the hospitality at Next Phase, right across the street from the courthouse. Miss Candy, the lady who took orders and also bartends there. I don't know the brother's name, tall brother. He say he works 3-4 doubles a week. But the whole staff at Next Phase, all of them were so kind, so hospitable, particularly to our out-of-town guests. We also had had a pitcher, someone in the pitch competition, who came up from DC, and she actually won. Thorough presentation. Excuse me. She enunciated. She articulated. She was all about her business. The fried shrimp Nina were banging. And they had a little remoulade sauce. Oh my. I saw Michael Haney eating it, and I said, I want what he has. It was delicious. Absolutely delicious. Matter of fact, I was going to get the wings too, but that would have been greedy, and I wouldn't have gotten a chance to eat them all and eat them hot. You don't want to eat cold wings. My eyes were big. Oh my goodness. I had to catch myself. You ever do that? Go in, you see everything, and you order it, and you mess around, don't eat it all, and it sits in your refrigerator, then it's leftovers. But ain't nothing like when it's first cooked. Most stuff. Nothing like that first time. But I'd be a lie if I tell you that some food ain't better than next day. Like Mama's fried chicken. Ain't nothing like Mama's fried chicken the next day. Lord have mercy, it's been 37 years, but I can still remember my mama's fried chicken. Try a little tenderness. We had a situation where the initial venue that we were going to host it at Somehow it wasn't on the book. And so in the 11th hour, Tony Randall and Next Phase accommodated us without hesitation. Really. The mayor had jury duty. So we had to move the venue, and Tony Randall, longtime supporter, even when he was up to Phase 10. And there were a couple other spots. We've been going to the old spot up there, Howard Street, Phase 10. Before that, it was Britain's and then downtown Southern Blues. So Be More News has been close to that location. I believe that's the 800 block of North Howard Street. But of course, now Tony's down at 112 East Lexington Street. But I was just thinking about how many, 3 different restaurants that were up there. Well, it was wonderful, Elaine, and we're going to do some more. But there's nothing like, those people who have supported you for a long time, even if they move and they still find you. You can't beat that. And as a person in business, I'm so grateful for people like Tony Randall, for the people on our team like Tashmia. Oh, you had jury duty. Oh, he was in Next Phase. I got you. It takes me back to something my mom said. From time to time, I share the story. I was being bad. And my mother said to me, "You don't appreciate shit." I've learned to appreciate anything and everything that someone does for me. I was a child then. But the words say, I was a child. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I thought as a child. I acted as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. So an important lesson is, number one, what can go wrong will go wrong. In business, in life. There's always going to be something that hits you out the blind side. You just didn't see it coming. Well, then again, maybe we did see it coming and we ignored the signs. But we have to be able to adapt and modify and pivot in the midst of everything. And if you're going to be in business, that's got to be like second nature. Like this streaming that we're doing now, this came about as a result of COVID, because I didn't feel like we were getting news out there and reaching people in the midst of the pandemic like we could. And it was Peggy Mars. Peggy was on with her partner, one of her Sisters for Sisters networking colleagues. And Peggy and her team, they helped us start the Black Wall Street Awards. We did events in New York and DC, and we have an event coming up in collaboration, I guess in the next month or so, November. Thank God for those people. Thank God for those people who support you regardless, unconditionally. A lot of times we have conditional love. If you do this for me, I'll do that for you. If you do this for me, but there are other people just going to do it. And they're not interested in your money per se. They just do it because they rock with you. So we got to know our tribe and be grateful for our tribe. And when we have the opportunity to be a blessing back to our tribe, let's start with the tribe first. Take care of them people who take care of you. Then we can get to the other people afterwards. But look out for those people that look out for you. And look out for them people who look out for you when you're down. Because everybody has a down day. Keep living. You'll have one. And you'll find out who your real friends are. You're either a friend or you're not. But sometimes it takes those awkward situations for us to realize this person really has my back. Or this person does not have my back. So why are you wasting time with them? They did it once, they're going to do it again. Let me tell you something else too. Having worked in hospitality at least 10, 15 years. I was a bus boy. I started as a dishwasher. Moved up to bus boy. As a bus boy, you get more of a salary, like $4 or $5 an hour plus tips. The waiter usually gets $2 plus tips. So the waiter's more dependent on the tips. But I learned so much about life, about a system. I'm going to tell you that the MVP in any restaurant is the dishwasher. Not the chef, not the line cooks, not the pastry chef, the dishwasher. No clean dishes, no dish, no food. No clean glasses, no water, no drinks. The dishwasher. And I say that because sometimes we rise up, and not just in a restaurant, but in life. We become the executive director of this. And so we don't take out the trash no more. We have someone else take out the trash. We don't pour water no more. We leave that for the busboy. We live in a day and time when we cannot afford to not do our part. Everybody has to pull their part. In this block, there are some people in our block who don't like seeing tall grass, weeds. I have a neighbor who he goes ballistic once the weeds get too high. One of our neighbors has moved and he had the weed whacker. So we had to find another weed whacker. But there are people in your block, who don't like trash. They don't like drug dealers. They don't like garbage. They just want clean and decent and respectful. We don't like a bunch of transients coming through here. This is not a dope line. We ain't having none of that. Ain't had it in 20 years. But there's always those who just don't look outside their door. And I'm not saying renters, but a lot of them can be renters. Homeowners tend to have more ownership. They got more skin in the game and don't want to live a certain kind of way. A renter sometimes is the one throwing a chicken bone out the front door. When you see somebody throwing a chicken bone out the front door, that tells you everything you need to know. They're trifling, nasty, attract rats, roaches, and mice. Just nasty. There's some people over on the field where I walk Pharaoh. Once or twice a week, they drop food in like a pizza box top. Just dump a bunch of, and they set it over there. Who gonna eat that? Who's gonna bring their dog over there to eat this God knows what food? You just put it on the ground. It's the birds. I mean, they got it's enough for like 2 meals for a person. You just set it there. I mean, we can do better than that. There's a better way to go about that. You want to feed the birds, that's one thing, but you're feeding rats. Baltimore City got enough rats. Get some of these comments up. Good morning, Bully. That's Quandra. I call her Bully because she's a Taurus. Yeah, we used to have clean block. We used to take pride. There was a lady in Nina's block up on Moreland Avenue, the lady on the corner house, right there on Presbury and Moreland. And as kids, we thought she was mean. I wish I could go find that lady and kiss her right on the cheek and hug her because she was setting a precedent. She was showing us how you take care of your neighborhood. If you would make too much, if you made loud noise outside her window, she was coming to see you. So you knew when you walked past her house, you cut the fool all the way up the block. But when you get to her house on the corner, hold all that noise down because she coming out. She wants to see what in the hell is going on. And, you know, we talked about this somewhat past couple of shows, how blacks first moved to the block I grew up on, at least from 79 to 80, 90, no, 83. Is that shorter period? Moreland Avenue. There was a time when people looked out for their neighbors. People took pride in going to work and doing well in school. And so when we had that neighbor there on Presbury, Moreland at Presbury, she was reminding us of the greatness that blacks hadn't been in that block long. I think Nina said we moved up there. The first blacks moved on Moreland Avenue in the 50s because of Baltimore segregation and the 1910 ordinance, where blacks couldn't move in the white neighborhoods, whites couldn't move in the black neighborhoods, however that worked. I remember my daddy telling me that blacks couldn't live above North Avenue or west of Fulton Avenue. Nonetheless, those first blacks on Moreland Avenue and those first blacks that moved into, and these were white neighborhoods. Hard to imagine that now because we've always known it as black, but our parents were moving into white neighborhoods. Easterwood was a white neighborhood. And the homeowners association from back then is still in existence. I love Moreland Avenue. I think Moreland Avenue, one of the greatest blocks, one of the greatest streets in the world. And ours, we were blessed with the park right across the street. And the neighbors up there had a homeowner mentality. We took care of each other. My mother would leave money for the trash man around the holidays. I do it all the time now because our DPW workers risk their lives every day just to pick up our filthy trash. So to take them $1 or $2 or a bottle of water or give them, you know, a couple bucks in change, lets them know they are appreciated. These are basic things that we know to do. These are values that we bring with us, truth be told, from down south, further down south, Baltimore to south, but a lot of people here in Baltimore, just like New York, have roots in South Carolina. You talk to anybody not from Baltimore, I'm telling you, they're from South Carolina or Virginia. Quite often, South Carolina, not North Carolina, South. A lot of people from North Carolina. I'm saying in my travels, invariably I meet people from South Carolina who are in Baltimore. That's where their family's from. Or Virginia. My mom was from Virginia. My grandmom from Virginia. Other grandmom from Virginia. But they came to Baltimore. There were jobs here. And Baltimore has always been a bastion of safety, a haven, a safe haven for African Americans, for Black people. I've shared before how Baltimore had the largest population of free Blacks prior to the Civil War. But all of that to say, when we get to neighborhoods like Moreland Avenue or Poplar Grove, Ashburton, we got to take care of our stuff. Throwing trash out the window is trifling. If you were someone they throw trash out the window, you need to get away from them because you're going to end up taking on some of them dirty traits. Often I would have trash in my car. And I'm not throwing it outside. You remember the Indian commercial with the Indian dropped the tear? It's all that trash. People got recycled trash cans out front. Ain't throwing no Pepsi bottles in. You know the Pepsi bottle go in the blue trash can. The plastic bags go in the blue trash can. Everybody got one. And then these miscreants who are going around moving trash cans or selling trash cans or, God forbid, stealing trash cans need a serious, swift kick in the arse. Who steals the trash can? You ain't got nothing else better to do, but I digress. We got to take care of our community, got to take care of our people, take care of our neighbors. We have to be kind. If we can't help somebody, then don't hurt them. I try to practice what I preach, especially when it comes to Black businesses. If I can't help your Black business, I'm not going to hurt it. And that's why we love Tony Randall, Mika Randall. The whole family got 3 generations at Next Phase. Tony has his grandson involved. But Tony, more than anything, Tony has a heart of service. You can't be in hospitality and have a funky attitude because people are not going to come to your spot. You can't cuss out your customers and expect them to come back. That's not happening. And I don't care if you're black, white, Latino, Asian, what have you. If you're in business and you're running a business, particularly in the realm of hospitality, and you don't know how to treat your customer, I assure you, you will go out of business because word will travel that you're an asshole, pretty much. What else we want to talk about? I will say this about the pitch competition. The young lady from DC who won. I would sum it up best by saying proper preparation prevents, and I know there's a clean version, but I'm gonna give you the version my daddy gave me because it just sticks with me. Proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. My daddy was a perfectionist, especially when it came to work, his assignment. He was very serious about it, well studied. Took his craft very seriously. I take my craft very seriously. And I know that the good Lord has put me in this position to be a blessing, to be a help to the best of my ability. Some people not going to get you. Keep going anyway. Not everybody's going to get you. But check this out. Not everybody's supposed to get you. The people who are supposed to get you, let God handle that. You just get out there and do your job. Whether it's hosting a show, whether it's being a busboy, being a dishwasher, being a secretary. Let me tell you something else. If you run a business, you better take care of your secretary, administrative assistant, whatever the term. The secretary knows everything. Or say you want to go into a business, you want to get to the owner, then be nice to the secretary. I'll give you one even better. Be nice to the maintenance person, man or woman. The maintenance person has the keys to all the rooms. They know everybody's stuff, where everybody's stuff is. And quite often they know everybody's business because they just quietly working, people telling everything. You better be nice to the secretary. You better be nice to the maintenance person, man or woman. It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice. So we're winding down in the baseball season. I'm a Yankees fan. Ain't no question about it. Orioles had their chance. I think that thing is ding ding. Get to wear my Yankees jacket. I'm a Yankees fan, and I will tell you why. Yes, I'm from Baltimore, but Baltimore did some unforgivable stuff. And they keep doing it. They're doing it right now. I'm talking about sports, talking about the Orioles. Yes, I had every baseball card, went to all of the Orioles games, junior Orioles. Lee May, Ken Singleton, Al Bunbury, Paul Blair, Mike Cuellar, Jim Palmer, Dave McNally, Mark the Blade Belanger, Bobby Grich. Loved all of them. Thank you. Just set it there. Well, that's going to be all for today. I need to go check the door. But be nice. Be nice. It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice. My name's Donnie Glover, and I'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Have a beautiful day.